Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems there is no room for this UDA party in the larger Mount Kenya region because when William Ruto fell out with Rigathi Gachagua, he intentionally pronounced the border between the Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East, and he thought this would help him divide the larger people of Mount Kenya. But they have refused those calls. They are even more united than ever. William Ruto gave that seat to Kindiki. But instead of uniting Mount Kenya, the people of Mount Kenya have continued to isolate Kindiki. He's becoming a one-man guitar, a lone ranger, and things are becoming very difficult for him. I understand that he might make a very tough decision ahead of 2027. Now, there are a series of meetings that have been taking place in Wamunyoro. And those meetings are really scaring William Ruto because they are very serious meetings. Every political leader in the position are gathering and they're speaking one language. Ruto must go. This has caught the attention of the president, that is saying that the only agenda that these people have is Ruto must go. And the question is, which any other agenda should people have? Now, today, the Embu UDA coordinators, those who convinced the people of Embu to vote for the UDA, those people who are responsible of arranging for campaigns, the t-shirts, the merchants, how the coordinators do work. They have gathered the whole of the larger Embu County, a place where Kindiki comes from, or rather part of the Mount Kenya East, have called for a press conference just to show the country that they have decamped from UDA. They no longer recognize it. They don't want to be associated with the UDA party. I want us to watch this, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm still reminding you of our contribution to Edmund Francis, who is stranded at JKUAT. People are already taking exams, but he's unable to do exams. He deferred last year because of lack of school fees. He's staring at the very fate again and is requesting that we help him. And people have really contributed. I want to thank you so very much. His next paper, because he has missed the first set of papers, he will reapply to be given special papers. But for now, his next paper is on Monday. Please help us contribute because I want to hand over the money to him. He needs school fees. He needs accommodation fees. He is really defaulted and is about to fall out with the landlord there, and some little cash for shopping. So please help us contribute. The number is there, FREDRICK or OOKO. If you do want to pay directly to school, feel free, call me so that we can pay directly to the school account. He still has a mountain to climb because even after this semester, there are 2 more semesters ahead of him. We want to help him not to defer again. I've been through such moments where unatolewa wakati watu wanafanya mtihani. It is very painful. So kindly help us. Anything that you have, sio kidogo, so that we can boost that account. I'm taking the money on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the Embu UDA coordinators.
Party in Embu County, drawn from the 4 sub-counties of Embu County. These are the people who recruited and sold the agenda of UNDA party in the run-up to the last elections and delivered the leadership that is currently in place, right from the leadership at the national level to our county. And we are gathered here today to make a pronouncement like the rest of our Kenyan counterparts, because we have not been very satisfied with what has been going on in our country. After serious consultations with our members and with the public on the ground, and taking into account the numerous pronouncements and promises that were given to Kenyans. And among the Kenyans, the people of Embu, we feel strongly let down by the Kenya Kwanza government in the manner that the service in delivery has been wanting all through. Efforts to make sure that our issues are addressed have fallen on deaf ears. After this team, and those who are not here, delivered the win and convinced the people of Embu that they will be among the rest of Kenyans to benefit in our new government. This team was completely isolated and kept aside by the party chair, UNEDITED Party chair, who also happens to be our governor. We have made frantic efforts to make sure that she meets with this team of leaders to no avail. We said it's okay. If she didn't want to meet with the leaders, she can as well deliver on the promises. She has failed, she has let down the people of Embu, and the records are clear, right from the controller of budget to all the other reports that indicate whether deployment has taken place or not. And because there is a lot of hue and cry in the countryside, and being cognizant of the fact that, we are the people who convince the populace of Embu people to vote for this government, we feel that we no longer want to be associated with a system that has failed our people in terms of service and delivery. And therefore, we are here to make a declaration that from today henceforth, we have nothing to do with the UNDA party, and we want to leave it to Honorable Sister to continue with it and our cronies, continue looting this county and to continue misadvising the government, so that when the final day comes, when people will be called to account, we shall not be lumped together with her as the leadership of UNDA party. Therefore, as the county coordinator, Embu County of UNDA, and also a member of the National Executive Council, Deputy National Treasurer in charge of programs, flanked by these leaders because these are the people who tirelessly worked to deliver. We are here to declare to our people in Embu that henceforth they should not associate us with the failures, the misrule, and the mismanagement of our resources in Embu, and the false leadership that is currently in place, both at the county and to Mehama. We are three elements. We are led to associate, to mingle and associate with the like-minded people.
Hiyo chama tunaiacha leo kwa sababu ya mambo ambayo tumekuwa tukipitia. Mimi kama kijana ndio nilikuwa kijana mdogo sana kushikilia hii chama Manyata constituency na pia hapa Kirimari. Na niko na msikitiko mkubwa sana. Hii chama ilituahidi mambo mingi sana, bali tumekuja kukundua ni chama ya uongo. Unapata vijana pia walikarangu wanaabductiwa. Unapata governor anatuambia hii ndio itakuja kufanyika, hakuna kitu inafanyika. Mimi naona tu vijana wanaabductiwa hapa, kama huyu kijana wetu hapa anaitwa Mbili Mwangi. Governor ndiye kiongozi wa UDA, hawezi nena jambo lolote. Tunapata ni kiongozi kama Mheshimiwa Mkoja anasimama na vijana hapa. Mimi niko na masikitiko kubwa sana nikijiuliza kama kijana, nikiangalia vile hii serikali ya Kenya Kwanza ikiongozwa na UDA inatupeleka wapi. Nikifanya mahesabu zangu kama nikiwa katika chama, naona tunafaa kujiondoa tu, kwa sababu juzi naangalia kwa TV napata vijana wandogo wanafanya suicide. Sasa nashindwa kama inji tunaelekea wapi?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what does this portend to the UDA party? Obviously, you know that they have choked UDA party and anyone who is associated with it. So let us make certain conclusions out of this. Please subscribe to our channel if you are watching for the first time, and click the notification bell to allow YouTube to notify you whenever we release a video like this. please don't forget to like and share our videos. Once again, thank you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, the number one conclusion here is this is one of the biggest blow to the current governor, Cecil Mbarire, who doubles up to be the UDA chairperson. You can imagine it is in Embu where she comes from. They're accusing her of ditching them. And I think Cecil Mbarire also understands that these people don't want UDA anymore. So as a governor, Cecil Mbarire's goose is cooked. Because if you are the chairman of the UDA and your people gather and they call for a press conference and say, tumemalizana, it is a big blow to her, and I think she can say goodbye to the governorship. They are only giving her time up to 2027. I have a feeling that there are several governors that will face the same fate. I don't know the fate of the governor of Nakuru, Susan Kihika, the lady who has all the time to go for maternity leave in the USA. So for Cecil Mbarire, she's finished completely. I think she didn't read the mood early enough, because the road to the next president, the road to the next presidency, the road to the next parliament or county assembly or governorship is Wamunyoro. So she didn't really read the signs on the wall, and she has to meet the consequences. Choices have got consequences. Number two, it is a setback to the current Deputy President Kithure Kindiki. This is the man who was handpicked by William Ruto to coordinate the development affairs in Mount Kenya. I don't know whether there are any development agendas there. He was supposed to be the man who was to check Rigathi Gachagua. I'm sure if today Rigathi Gachagua declares Kithure Kindiki a persona non grata in the larger Mount Kenya East, he will not be there. If he decides wewe ukifika hapo unapigiwa kelele, I'm sure Kithure would not set foot there. So he has failed to coordinate, he has failed to unite. Now William Ruto thought that the Mount Kenya fraternity would easily forget Rigathi Gachagua and support Kithure Kindiki. It is not the way he thought. So I think Kindiki's moment and influence in Mount Kenya is gone. How I wish he would have decided maybe to run for governorship or something, because the way things are, his influence is diminishing, and I think he's already finished. He's gone completely because he has failed to achieve what he was given to do. If it was a performance contract, he has failed completely, and so if he was given maybe a 3-month probation, if it was a serious company, he would have gone, because he has failed to annihilate Rigathi Gachagua. Instead, he's the hunter that has become the hunted. They were warned that every politics is local. Rigathi was taking over, and Rigathi has really taken over. It is a setback to him. It also leaves Kindiki vulnerable and exposed. Just the other day, the chief CS Musalia Mudavadi warned Mount Kenya that if they were not careful, they would grab the deputy president seat, because they don't want to support, Mount Kenya does not want to support the presidency. I know Mudavadi didn't just wake up and say those words. It is something that perhaps is running. There may be undertones running within the government, and they feel that Kithure Kindiki is not adding any value, because Ruto's administration is now dishing out positions based on the support that he can get. Realizing that he has lost the support base of Mount Kenya, he can easily kick out Kithure Kindiki. This leaves him a very vulnerable man. It is in the Mount Kenya East where, even if he could not get influence from Mount Kenya West, it was expected he could at least be, roaring in his territory, which will be Mount Kenya East. This has failed. Now, it also shows that Rigathi Gachagua has taken over. He has locked Mount Kenya. He went to the people listened to him. He sought for sympathy, and they gave him the sympathy. Now William Ruto, Kithure Kindiki, Kimani Chungwa are stranded because Rigathi has taken over. The reason why these people are leaving is because Rigathi is about to launch his party, and they are getting ready to get into that party en masse. It will be the biggest talk in town. It will be the earthquake, leave alone ile ya Musalia Mudavadi. This will be the earthquake that people have been talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, it has just started. and we are yet to see more drama, because Mount Kenya is ready for a revolt. They don't want to hear anything to do with UDA. And I think those leaders who are elected under the UDA party can only wait up to 2027. Those who want a seat in the next election must declare now. And I know what will happen. They're just waiting for Rigath's party. And immediately that party will be launched. Every leader, if you want to become a member of the county assembly, a member of parliament, a member of the senate, governor, whatever, you must align yourself to the political ideologies and the party of Rigathi Gachagua. I don't know what you think about the declaration of the Embu coordinators, but it spells doom for William Samoei Ruto. He must cling to Raila Amolo Odinga, because if he loses the two of them, he's gone, he's doomed, and is finished.